He worked the day shift in suburban neighborhoods for 16 years, checking on schools and helping elderly residents with patient kindness. The community knew him as Officer Rodriguez, the friendly cop who always had time to talk to kids and somehow made everyone feel safer. Until the day a child abduction turned into a manhunt, and Rodriguez's response revealed 12 years as a Marine military police investigator who'd tracked the world's most dangerous criminals in combat zones. Welcome to the Human Stories. Before we begin this intense story of hidden investigative expertise and a child's life hanging in the balance, tell me in the comments where you're watching from today. And if you believe heroes protect our children in ways we never see, hit that subscribe button. Staff Sergeant Miguel Rodriguez had been patrolling the Maple Heights subdivision for exactly 16 years, 3 months, and 11 days, every morning at 6 a.m. He'd start his beat checking school zones, conducting wellness checks on elderly residents, and maintaining the kind of visible presence that made families feel secure. At 45, Rodriguez was the most trusted officer in the suburban district. Parents specifically requested him for school safety programs. Neighborhood kids waved when they saw his patrol car, and elderly residents called him by his first name. He never seemed rushed, never appeared stressed, and somehow always knew exactly how to handle delicate situations. Officer Rodriguez makes everyone feel safe, parents would say at PTA meetings. He's got such a gentle way with children. To the Maple Heights community, Rodriguez was just their reliable patrol officer, a kind man who'd been protecting their neighborhood for over a decade, treating every call with patience and every resident with respect. He lived modestly, worked steady hours, and seemed genuinely invested in community welfare. What they didn't know was why Rodriguez could read people with impossible accuracy, why his questioning techniques seemed more like professional interrogation, or why his approach to investigations showed expertise that went far beyond standard patrol training. Miguel Rodriguez wasn't just a suburban patrol officer. From 1998 to 2010, he was Staff Sergeant Miguel Rodriguez, United States Marine Corps Military Police, Criminal Investigator Specialist. For deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, specialized training in human trafficking investigations, and classified work tracking international criminal networks operating in combat zones. But Maple Heights didn't need to know that. They just needed someone who could keep their families safe. That was enough for Rodriguez. Wednesday, November 14th, started like every other day. Rodriguez completed his morning school zone patrol, conducted 3 wellness checks, and was responding to a minor traffic accident when his radio exploded with an emergency that changed everything. All units, Amber Alert activation. 6-year-old Emma Martinez abducted from Riverside Elementary School parking lot. Suspect described as white male, 40s, driving dark sedan. Last seen heading west on Highway 67. Rodriguez's military investigative training engaged immediately. Child abduction cases required systematic response, rapid intelligence gathering, and coordinated manhunt operations, exactly the skills he'd used tracking human trafficking networks in Iraq. Dispatch. This is Unit 23. I'm familiar with that area. Requesting assignment to the investigation. Unit 23. Report to Riverside Elementary for witness interviews. As Rodriguez drove to the school, his Marine MP training took over. Child abduction investigations in combat zones had taught him that the first hours were critical, and success depended on methodical evidence collection and tactical pursuit. At the school, Rodriguez found chaos: frantic parents, confused staff, and local detectives who seemed overwhelmed by the complexity of coordinating a multi-agency response. Officer Rodriguez, Principal Sarah Chen, approached him with relief. "Thank God you're here. Emma's mother is hysterical, and we can't get coherent information from the witnesses." Rodriguez assessed the scene with professional expertise that went far beyond suburban patrol duties. His approach to witness interviews revealed military investigative training. "Principal Chen, I need you to separate the witnesses. No group discussions. Each person talks to me individually, and I need the school's security footage immediately." Rodriguez's systematic approach to the abduction investigation revealed training and experience that amazed the local detectives. His interview techniques and evidence analysis showed expertise learned in military criminal investigations. Mrs. Martinez, Rodriguez spoke to Emma's mother with professional calm. "I know this is terrifying, but I need specific details about this morning's routine. Any changes, anyone new? Anything unusual?" Rodriguez's questioning technique wasn't standard patrol officer training. It was advanced interrogation methodology learned in military police investigations where extracting accurate information meant the difference between mission success and failure. Did Emma mention anyone new at school? Any adults who'd been paying attention to her? Think carefully. Children notice things adults miss. Detective Jennifer Wong watched Rodriguez conduct the interview with growing amazement. His systematic approach and psychological awareness exceeded most criminal investigators' capabilities. Officer Rodriguez, Detective Wong said privately, "Where did you learn interview techniques like that?" 12 years Marine Military Police. Detective, Criminal Investigations. Human trafficking cases, international crime networks, different victims. Same methodology. Rodriguez's analysis of the school security footage revealed expertise in surveillance analysis that impressed federal agents arriving to coordinate the search. Detective Wong, the suspect knew exactly where the cameras were positioned. This wasn't random. He'd been conducting surveillance on the school for at least a week. How can you tell that from the footage? Marine MP training in counter-surveillance and criminal intelligence analysis. This suspect has military or law enforcement training. Rodriguez's investigation revealed that Emma's abductor was using sophisticated evasion techniques that suggested professional training. His analysis of the crime scene and suspect behavior showed military investigative expertise. Detective Wong, Rodriguez explained while analyzing traffic camera footage. The suspect's route selection shows tactical thinking. He's avoiding main roads, using secondary routes that limit surveillance coverage. Rodriguez, you're talking like this is military intelligence analysis. Detective, human trafficking investigations in combat zones taught me to think like the criminals. This suspect is using military-style evasion techniques. FBI agent Sarah Chen arrived to coordinate federal involvement and immediately recognized Rodriguez's expertise exceeded normal patrol officer capabilities. Officer Rodriguez, I understand you've been leading the investigation. Chen, I've been conducting interviews and evidence analysis based on Marine military police training. The suspect profile suggests military or law enforcement background. What's your assessment? Rodriguez's military background revealed itself completely. Agent Chen, this is a planned abduction by someone with professional training. He's not a random predator. He's targeting specific victims using systematic surveillance and tactical evasion. Agent Chen understood immediately. We need your military investigation expertise for this case. Rodriguez's analysis of the abduction case revealed patterns that civilian investigators had missed but which his military training recognized immediately. His systematic approach to criminal profiling impressed federal agents. Agent Chen, Rodriguez explained while coordinating the manhunt. The suspect's behavior indicates military training, possibly special operations background. His surveillance methods, evasion routes, and timing all suggest advanced tactical knowledge. How can you be so specific? Marine MP investigations in Iraq involved tracking insurgents who used identical techniques. Professional criminals with military training follow predictable patterns. Rodriguez's coordination of the search operation revealed command experience that went beyond patrol officer duties. His systematic approach to managing multiple law enforcement agencies showed military leadership training. All units, Rodriguez coordinated over tactical radio. Suspect is likely using back roads to avoid highway checkpoints. Focus search on rural routes connecting to interstate highways. Detective Wong was amazed by Rodriguez's tactical coordination. Rodriguez, you're running this investigation like a military operation. Detective, child abduction cases require military-level coordination. Marine MP training emphasized that rescuing victims depends on systematic pursuit and tactical pressure on suspects. Rodriguez's analysis of the suspect's psychology revealed training in criminal investigation that impressed even FBI behavioral analysts. Agent Chen This suspect will make contact within 6 hours. Military-trained criminals need to feel and control. He'll call to demonstrate power over the situation. Rodriguez's prediction proved accurate when the kidnapper called Emma's family exactly 5 hours after the abduction. His military investigative expertise proved crucial for managing the contact and tracing the suspect's location. Mrs. Martinez, Rodriguez coached Emma's mother before the call. Speak calmly. Ask to hear Emma's voice, and keep him talking as long as possible. I need time to trace the call. Rodriguez coordinated with FBI technical teams using procedures learned in military intelligence operations where communication interception was critical for locating hostile forces. Agent Chen. The call pattern suggests he's moving, probably in a vehicle. Military evasion doctrine says he'll make multiple short calls from different locations. Rodriguez. How do you know military evasion doctrine? Marine MP training included counterintelligence operations. Agent Chen, we learned to think like the enemy to predict their behavior. Rodriguez's tactical analysis of the suspect's communication pattern led to the breakthrough that located Emma and her abductor. All units. Suspect is following military communication protocols, short calls, frequent location changes. But he's staying within a 15-mile radius. Classic insurgent tactics adapted for criminal use. The FBI technical team confirmed Rodriguez's analysis. We're triangulating his position based on cell tower data. He's moving in a pattern consistent with military evasion techniques. Rodriguez's military expertise had turned a chaotic search into a systematic manhunt that was closing in on the suspect. Rodriguez's coordination of Emma's rescue operation revealed the full scope of his Marine military police background. His systematic approach to the tactical assault impressed SWAT teams and federal agents. What? Commander, Rodriguez briefed the rescue team. Suspect is holed up in a rural cabin, likely armed. Definitely trained. Emma's inside, but we don't know her exact location within the structure. Officer Rodriguez, what's your tactical assessment? Commander, military-trained suspects under pressure become extremely dangerous. We need systematic approach, contain, isolate, and precise entry to protect the child. Rodriguez's participation in the rescue planning revealed command experience that exceeded normal patrol officer training. His tactical knowledge impressed SWAT operators. Based on Marine MP operations in urban environments, Rodriguez continued, suspect will likely use the child as human shield if cornered. Entry teams need to account for hostage protection. The SWAT commander recognized Rodriguez's expertise. You've done this before. Different enemy. Same tactics. Commander, Marine MP training emphasized protecting civilians during tactical operations. Rodriguez positioned himself as primary negotiator, using military psychological operations training to manage the suspect's surrender while protecting Emma. This is Officer Rodriguez. I know you're military trained, so let's handle this professionally, soldier to soldier. Rodriguez's negotiation with the armed suspect revealed advanced psychological operations training that enabled him to establish communication and protect Emma during the standoff. Listen. Rodriguez spoke calmly over the tactical radio. Marine to Marine, you know how this ends, but you can control how it happens. Emma's just a child who wants to go home. The suspect's response confirmed Rodriguez's assessment. You don't understand the mission. I understand more than you think. 12 years Marine MP. For deployments. Specialized in criminal investigations. I know what you're going through. Rodriguez's military background allowed him to connect with the suspect in ways civilian negotiators couldn't. His understanding of military psychology proved crucial. Whatever mission you think you're on, this isn't it. Real Marines protect children. They don't endanger them. FBI agent Chen monitored the negotiation with amazement. Rodriguez is using military psychology to de-escalate the situation. Agent Chen, Rodriguez explained during a brief pause. Military-trained suspects respond to military authority and honor concepts. Civilian negotiation techniques won't work on someone with combat experience. Rodriguez's systematic psychological pressure on the suspect created the opening SWAT teams needed to rescue Emma safely. All units, Rodriguez coordinated. Suspect is wavering. SWAT. Be ready for tactical entry on my signal. He's going to surrender. But we need to be prepared if he doesn't. Rodriguez's negotiation succeeded when the suspect surrendered after releasing Emma unharmed. His military investigative expertise had turned a potential tragedy into a successful rescue operation that impressed law enforcement agencies. Emma, Rodriguez spoke gently to the frightened child as SWAT teams secured the scene. You're safe now. Your mommy's waiting for you. Emma looked at Rodriguez with the trust that children instinctively place in protectors. Are you a real policeman? Yes, sweetheart. And before that, I was a Marine. Marines and police officers protect children like you. The reunion between Emma and her family became emotional validation of Rodriguez's military training. And applied to civilian law enforcement, Officer Rodriguez, Emma's mother, embraced him with tears. How can we ever thank you, Mrs. Martinez? Protecting children is what the training is for. Emma was brave, and she's going home safe. That's mission accomplished. FBI agent Chen approached Rodriguez with no understanding of his capabilities. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez, your military expertise was crucial for this successful outcome. Agent Chen, 12 years of Marine MP training prepared me for exactly this situation. Different battlefield. Same mission: protect the innocent. Word of Rodriguez's military background and successful coordination of Emma's rescue spread through Maple Heights and law enforcement communities within hours. The neighborhood cop who'd been protecting their children had revealed himself to be a decorated Marine investigator. Local news coverage focused on the rescue of suburban police officer revealed as Marine military police veteran leads successful child rescue operation. Rodriguez avoided interviews, but the community demanded to express their gratitude for the military veteran who'd been protecting their families for 16 years. We never knew Officer Rodriguez was a Marine, said parent Robert Chen. But now we understand why he's always been so good with children and so dedicated to protecting our neighborhood. Emma's family became Rodriguez's strongest advocates. He didn't just find our daughter, he understood the criminal mind in ways that saved her life. Maple Heights Police Chief Martinez was amazed. Rodriguez, in 16 years, you never mentioned Marine military police service. Chief, my military service prepared me for situations like this, but my daily job is community policing. Yesterday was different because a child's life was at stake. Rodriguez, your military background could revolutionize our investigative capabilities. Chief, my job is neighborhood patrol and keeping families safe. Military skills are just there when children need protection. Following Emma's rescue, Rodriguez's Marine military police expertise became an official asset for the department's investigative capabilities while he continued his community policing duties. Rodriguez, Chief Martinez asked, would you consider training our detectives in military investigative techniques? Chief, I can share criminal profiling and interrogation methods that apply to civilian law enforcement, but my primary assignment is community patrol. Rodriguez developed training programs that adapted Marine MP techniques for civilian police investigations, sharing military expertise that enhanced departmental capabilities. The difference, Rodriguez explained to detective trainees, is that military investigations assume hostile environments and professional criminals. Civilian policing requires the same systematic approach but adapted for community relations. His training emphasized evidence analysis, witness psychology, and tactical coordination, the same skills that had enabled Emma's successful rescue. Officer, one detective asked, what's the most important lesson from Marine MP training? Every investigation affects someone's family, military or civilian. Your responsibility is bringing people home safe to those who love them. 5 years after Emma's rescue, Miguel Rodriguez continues patrolling Maple Heights while serving as a consultant for complex criminal investigations. His Marine military police expertise has enhanced both community safety and departmental capabilities. Children who've grown up seeing Officer Rodriguez in their neighborhood understand they've been protected by someone whose skills were forged in the world's most dangerous places. His military expertise multiplies through every officer he's trained and every family he's protected. Rodriguez, Emma, now 11, said during a school visit, my mom says you were a Marine before you were a policeman. That's right, Emma. Marines and police officers both protect people. I just changed uniforms, but the mission stayed the same. Rodriguez never talks about classified investigations, the dangerous criminals he tracked in combat zones, or the military operations that forged his investigative expertise. When community members ask about military service, he gives the same answer: served my time, now I serve the community. But sometimes, during school safety programs when he teaches children about staying safe, or during complex investigations when he applies military criminal analysis, the community understands they've been protected by someone whose training prepared him for their worst nightmares. Rodriguez never sought recognition for his military background, never promoted his investigative credentials, never used his heroic rescue for personal gain. He simply continued serving through community policing, bringing Marine expertise to civilian law enforcement that protected families in ways most people never saw. Emma's rescue proved that military veterans bring specialized skills to civilian law enforcement that can save lives when communities face their most dangerous threats. Miguel Rodriguez represents thousands of military police veterans who continue serving through civilian law enforcement, bringing investigative expertise to protect communities from criminals who would harm the innocent. So I ask you, have you ever been protected by someone whose military background made them exceptional at law enforcement? Someone whose specialized training kept your family safe in ways you didn't realize? Share their story in the comments. Because at the Human Stories, we believe the greatest protection often comes from those who continue serving in uniform, bringing military expertise to civilian law enforcement that keeps our children safe. Subscribe if you believe military veterans enhance civilian law enforcement. Share if you've been protected by someone whose background made them extraordinary. And remember, next time you see a neighborhood police officer, look twice. They might be much more than they appear.